Well, thanks for that, Ollie. Hopefully I can add a little more detail. So this is the Cape of Good Hope. And as we can see with the general situation, we've got the low pressure that the guys are riding now, high pressure here, and then we've got the systems lining up in the Southern Ocean. We're now starting to see this red line, and this is the ice zone, the exclusion zone that the skippers may not pass south of. So as we scroll through, we're seeing this yellow track, which is actually routed for Charlie Dallin and the movements he's going to do. You can see he sits just on the front of that low pressure for longer than most of the rest of the fleet. As we go forwards, we then add the track that Yannick Bestevan's likely to take. He's just a little bit further back and he falls off the back of that low pressure, so he needs to position himself for the next low pressure. Going through, we're also seeing now Louis Burton's track, who's again a little bit further back. So you can see as you're further back in that peloton, you're having to make different decisions. But we're also seeing the weather evolve, and we're seeing the South Atlantic high become a bit more established. So those boats, the daggerboard boats at the back of the fleet, will have a much more traditional route, heading south before they come round to the east. And we have a daggerboard boat being routed here. Now, as we look at the end here, we see the way the weather positions are lined up with the exclusion zone. Now, to get the best downwind conditions, they have to be quite far south. That exclusion zone has recently, in the last 24 hours, been moved further south, so it gives the sailors more space. The reason they all line up on the south here is because they want to do the shortest distance. The further south you are, the shorter the distance. But also, the closer you are to that exclusion line, and that means there's a lot of jibes ahead, so a lot of manoeuvres and a really busy life for the skipper.